This episode of Life and Leadership Unplugged, featuring guest Cassius Butts, was originally recorded on November the 9th, 2024. Please unplug and enjoy the show.
It's hard to believe that I've been around for nearly 6 decades. And for over 4 of them, I have been working, I've been leading, and I've been growing. You know, I've learned a thing or two along the way. You want to know one of the biggest lessons I've discovered? After years of climbing the corporate ladder, leading my family, managing teams, and striving for success, I needed a hard reset. So for nearly 40 days, 38 to be exact, I unplugged. I stepped back, I reconnected with my purpose, and I reimagined what life and leadership could actually look like for the remainder of my time as a leader. The time of unplugging sparked this very important conversation, one that I want to have with you. I'm Kelley Cornish, and this is Life and Leadership Unplugged. Let's dive in. Coming up on this episode of Life and Leadership Unplugged, Cassius Butts shares valuable lessons from his multifaceted journey through public service, private enterprise, and community leadership, offering listeners actionable insights into success, balance, and sustainable growth. Cassius Butts is a distinguished business executive, 2-time U.S. presidential appointee, and recently published author with a commitment to supporting small businesses and economic development. He holds degrees from Morehouse College and Clark Atlanta University. Cassius is a proud member of both Sigma Pi Phi and Kappa Alpha Psi fraternities. He's led impactful initiatives within the federal government, including roles with HUD and SBA, the Small Business Administration, where he championed small business growth under both the Obama and Bush administrations. Cassius recently released his book, Exceptional, Being the Exception to the Rules. Let's welcome Cassius Butts to the podcast. So Cassius, it is time for a great conversation about your amazing leadership, but then also how you reset to do what you do.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions. We talked about this ahead of time, but we'll go through a few questions and just definitely a conversation about just how you sustain and what you do.
Sure.
So my first question that I would love for you to tell our audience about is, from the start, you've learned from and worked alongside many top leaders and government leaders. What would you say are the most valuable qualities you've observed that make a leader truly great?
Certainly. Well, Kelley, of course, first of all, thank you for having me here today.
Sure.
It's always good to try to talk and to hopefully be a shining example for someone who's looking to try to navigate through their own personal or professional journey. So I love what you're doing. Really, congrats to you for this podcast.
Thank you.
I think one of the things, the qualities that I've always looked at was I was always that person that I like to absorb energy. I like to absorb person's trials and tribulations. But the characteristic is really just the patience. Patience and coupled with really observing. I'm one of those persons where I've always looked at, why is this person passionate for what they do?
Right. Absolutely.
And if I can learn what that passion is and it can look and see what my own passion is and get something out of that, that gives me the fuel to say, yes, I can push on. Yes, I can go through. Yes, I can still make sure that determination is key to anything that I do, no matter what the weather is.
I love it. Passion and determination. So the passion drives the determination.
Yes.
Basically. Okay.
Yes.
That is good. And, because when you think about leadership right now, it's such a broad phrase that's thrown around. But everybody, it takes a certain person to actually lead.
Sure.
And I'm always looking for those gems. And so you're involved in so many spheres, from public policy to education to consulting.
Yes.
What does a typical day look like for you?
It's interesting. It depends on the day of the week. I'm fortunate to serve as a professor at Morehouse College. I teach leadership and professional development. Now, again, I've always had a passion for trying to push forward and making sure that the next generation had opportunities, the same thing I did. Excuse me. My late grandmother was a professor at Temple University. My brother taught at University of Northern Iowa and at Spelman College. And, so I always have been able to see that. And my mother, she started a family-owned daycare when we left Philadelphia to Central Florida. So I got a chance to see what it means to inspire young folks, and really know that they are our future. They're the difference that we look for when we're saying we want to see change in the world. So it starts with us. But it depends on every day. I'm also fortunate to serve as Executive Vice President in Innovative Finance and Strategy for Carver Financial Corporation. We own two minority.
Congratulations on that.
Certainly. Thank you. We own two financial institutions that happen to be of minority descent. But here to get access to capital to all of those persons who are looking to acquire their dreams. That came off the heels of serving in roles about supporting our communities, supporting our dreams, supporting our respective industries. As you know, Kelley, I've served as regional administrator for the U.S. Small Business Administration, appointed by President Obama. I also served in the Bush administration as a presidential management fellow at HUD. And so I was fortunate to be in that place and then served on the Biden-Harris transition team, helping to stand up the agency to be where it is today. And so for me, it's just always about service.
Service.
Always about service. Yes.
Okay, so everyone has heard like this dynamic day in the life of the background, the passion you have, the determination. So then it brings us to the question, how do you prioritize? How do you renew each and every day? And like, are there routines that you're grounded in?
Sure.
But what are those things that people don't see that we wouldn't find on a bio or anything that keeps you going?
Sure. I find something different to inspire me every day. And what that really means is that I believe that every person has a lane that they're supposed to be in. I believe that your passion is your purpose is your plan. And that means that whatever you're passionate about in life, that's your purpose in life. Whatever your purpose in life is, you have to build a plan around that. So I'm one of those folks, I wake up really early. And I'm always thinking about what I'm going to do the next day. And so I try to find, how am I going to inspire someone? How am I going to inspire a mass of people? How am I going to make a change in someone else's life other than myself? And so every day really is different, Kelley. But I believe that if we follow the things that we are really supposed to do, I believe all things are ordained. I wrote a book, as you know, called Exceptional. Being the exception to the rule, which talks about 14 principles about following your passion, working with an intern's mindset, planting seeds and knowing when it's harvest time. Those are just some of the chapters. And so I follow those same routines because you got to practice what you preach.
Absolutely.
And if you don't do it yourself, how can you tell someone else to do it?
Absolutely.
So I try to follow those principles.
You know, it's, and you really don't think about it. I know for you, probably similar to me, it came through the doing where you were growing up.
Yes.
And watching other people and watching those educators in your life, watching those prominent people in your life around you that had those little nuggets that they did. For me, very similar. I get up early in the morning. Mm-hmm. I spend some time just thinking about what I'm thinking about. Like, what is really in my head? Are they good thoughts? Mm-hmm. I think about what's ahead of me. I meditate, I pray, and just try to stay centered in what I've been called to do and give the day some margin to kind of live, because we can have a plan, but as you know, you leave the driveway, anything can jump off, right? It can change. It can change. And so with that, in your view, and you discussed some of this, but what are the recipes for success that leaders should adopt to grow sustainably and responsibly? And I'm sure there are many nuggets from your book, but anything in particular that stands out as a recipe for success?
Sure. I think one of the first things is really to have a vision for where you want to be. You have to be able to see yourself or see the folks who you care about or you are in the inner circle with. Where do you see yourself in the future? So have that vision in place. The next thing about having a vision is to start to create a plan for yourself, whatever it is, whether it's going to get a degree, whether it's going to get a certification, or whether it's going to be supportive for someone else's dreams. So that means volunteering. Right. Volunteering, whether it's not necessarily politics, but also what you love and what you do. You know, a foundation, being a volunteer for a foundation such as the TDJX Foundation, and really helping other people to acquire their dreams. You get hands-on experience by doing that. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so you can't buy that. That's something that's innate. And when you go do that, you will find out that there's more in you than you can actually even know your own self until you help someone else to figure out their own challenges, help someone else to overcome their barriers. And I think that hands-on training will really get you prepared for you to achieve your goals.
I love it. Serving others.
Yes.
And just that is a recipe. And again, I think that's one of those topics we take lightly. They talk about servant leadership,
Yes.
but I think that's where the energy lives, and serving as a leader and helping those people, that being a voice for people who usually don't have a voice,
Yes.
and being in those rooms to create that space. So
Mhm.
think about everything you've done, all of your achievements up to this point in life. What are you most proud of, and why does it hold a special place in your journey?
Wow. For a couple things, and I'll probably just name maybe two. I would definitely say, for me, probably being in a position when I was appointed as the regional administrator for the U.S. Small Business Administration. The reason why I say that is because I was able to be in a place to be appointed by President Obama during that time where my late father was able to see his son achieve that level of success, if you will. And my late grandmothers, both of them, who were in positions to say, hey, we help other people achieve their dreams. Now we get to see one of our own do that. And so not only just it was not so much self-serving, but my role was to help other people to receive access to capital and opportunities where they can be inspired and grow, just as though my own family did. And so I definitely would say that. But the second thing is probably a little off-kiltered. After the administration, I served as president and CEO of a credit union. And during the pandemic, a lot of the larger banks were out of money. They didn't have the opportunity to give away PPP funds. And so our credit union at that time, First Choice Credit Union, we had a lot of access to capital because I still had a lot of relationships in Washington to be very conservative and do it the way when it made sense. And so I created partnerships with three different larger financial institutions. I won't name them, but when they ran out of money, the smaller ones still had the money to give to the community.
Wow.
And to me, that's an example of it doesn't matter how small you are. It doesn't matter how many relationships you don't have in place. You can still be in a place to help the masses just by utilizing your talents and putting those relationships to work. And so to me, I believe everything is ordained. And at the end of the day, as long as you treat people the way that you want to be treated, all your dreams and aspirations can come true.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love such inspiration. Such inspiration. So I have to ask, this is totally off script.
Sure.
What do you do for fun?
Oh, wow. So there's a couple different things. I play in an adult basketball league twice a week. Oh, yeah. I got to try to stay physically fit as best as I can. And so I enjoy doing that. But I love movies. Movies to me, and I'm very nostalgic. Usually when I'm talking about anything, I always think about a movie. It's something anywhere from, it could be, Which Way Is Up that came out years ago in the late 70s with Richard Pryor. It could be as late as something we've seen most recently. It could be one of Tyler Perry's movies, which,
Right.
I love watching Tyler and his team and what they do. But to me, it's all about movies. It's about seeing other dreams and aspirations, whether it's on film or television, and just seeing people act that out. Just sometimes it's inspiring, sometimes it's nostalgic. It reminds me when you were a little kid and you get to act out those dreams at least for a moment in your head. And so I spend a lot of time either on the basketball court or sometimes when I have the downtime watching really older movies and some of the new ones that come out as well too.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So for me, I am, whenever I can get away, I love water. So I love the water. I love the beach. I love the sound of the crashing waves. I love it just feels like you're just in the perfect place and time when I'm on a beach. So I love that. Not when it's real hot, but just on a nice, easy day.
Just a nice, easy day.
Yes. I also enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking meals that I can actually sit down and enjoy because I travel so much. I'm always eating out, all of that. And then just hanging with some of my friends, and being Kelley with the floppy hat on and some shades.
There you go.
Incognito.
That's right. The downtime when you can get it.
It is, and it's so refreshing and it's so refueling. Like if you can travel abroad and do that, if you can take a 2-week vacation, that's great. But it's just in those day-to-day moments that we hit the reset button and unplug.
Yes.
And unplug. So what's next for you?
But listen, I was about to say that's what we have to do. We have to learn to unplug. I haven't learned that lesson yet.
Help you.
Please, I need. I don't know how to.
Help you.
It's interesting saying what's next. I think what's next is looking forward to. I think what God has for me tomorrow. And I don't mean to be that vague.
Yeah.
But, I've always had a list. I've met a lot of great people in my life, a lot of people who helped me to be inspired to who I am. My grandparents, my mother, Muhammad Ali, all these folks who inspired me, who believed in me at one point in time to say that you have something special, you can make a difference, and you are somebody. And I believe that that's not so much within me. I believe that whatever I have to share with the world. And I believe that that's really the ordained way of giving back whatever that gift is that you have. So what's next? On the surface, I'm preparing and writing my next book. That hopefully that will be out coming in 2025.
All right.
And really Kelley, just continue to be used. Coming back on your show, come back on your podcast.
Yes,
Let me
when you
know.
write the book, I was just saying, listen,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah,
That would be
just that. I'd love to keep doing that, keep inspiring, keep absorbing, and hopefully keep making a difference.
I love it. And in that, we're going to teach you how to unplug.
Please, I need it.
We're going to work with you on that.
I need it.
So Cassius Butts has been with us, just an amazing leader, has served around the country, around the globe, and just some wonderful roles. And so I always close my podcast with my hope for you is.
Yes.
So I'm going to start first.
Okay.
And so Cassius, my hope for you is that you continue to always be a glass half full. And that you continue to lean into your passion by using your determination and by just being open to being used in the way that changes communities, because that has been your gift. I want you to continue to live in that gift.
Yes.
And I wish nothing but success and prosperity on so many different levels, all levels in your life. And my hope for you is that you find a routine to unplug daily.
I'm trying.
That is my hope for you.
I'm trying.
But with that, whatever you do, I'm sure it's going to be successful. We'll be here rooting for you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to say my hope for you is that you continue to excel in everything that you do, but more specifically in your roles in this podcast, in your professional roles, that you're a conduit for really other people's success. And what I mean by that, you're in a position to inspire. You already have, by giving away the resources that has been accumulated because of somebody else's effort, and you are that conduit. And people look to you as that beacon of light. So my hope for you is that you continue to shine, you continue to be bigger and brighter, and I hope that I'm hopefully in one of these rays of sunlight and can travel with you and make some great things happen too. And I know you will.
Yes.
I know you will.
Wow. Cassius, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Cassius Butts, everybody.
Thank you.
So this is my keepsake for this week. Just had a wonderful conversation with Cassius Butts. And the keepsake from Kelley is this. Cassius Butts reminds us that exceptional leadership is a blend of passion, adaptability, determination, and purpose. Through his varied roles in the public and private sectors, he exemplifies how clear values and sustainable practices fuel lasting impact. His journey, as powerful as it is an example of leading with intention and resilience, encouraging all of us to stay grounded while reaching for growth. That's Kelley's keepsake for this week.